Hello, everyone. How's it going? Blaine here, back at you again with episode 3 of Sincerest Flattery. That's the show where we take an artist from Collective and attempt to replicate their art style in a brand new card, and then we donate that art to the community to try and make something with. Now, RockAngel, one of my favorite artists, I've actually commissioned them to do a lot of artwork for me outside of the game. Love their art style. Definitely far beyond my abilities. Today, I think we're going to focus on their style, of course, but I think we're going to focus on the wisps, which are there's 3 wisps in the game that RockAngel made, and I think that's the probably the simplest of their styles that I could probably pull off at least somewhat. So I've got those running by on the lower right hand of your screen. There's one now, the Wisp of Hope. They have pretty basic features. They're very ghost-like. They have big, wide eyes with no detailed specifics within the eyes. They're pretty open. Something like Cheater in the Ring might be a little bit outside of my realm. But I think shading's very important on our RockAngel cards. You can see like the light coming from the candle here on Wisp is just phenomenal. The lighting in general is just really good. But we're going to try and do a Wisp. Probably do one closer to the Wisp of Hope or the Weeping Wisp. And yeah, so let's jump right into it. I figure we'll start with the background. I've been sitting here trying to think about what exactly I wanted to do for my background. I kind of think I want my Wisp to be purple. Um, I don't think Rock ever did any that were purple, so we're going to do some purple wisp, or a purple wisp today. Um, and so for purple, I'm trying to think what would be a good background. We might do like a light cream color. Um, Something like that. I'm just going to go ahead and just drop a whole lot of color back there. The fact that this is all highlighted really bothers me. Why is that? Okay, I fixed it. It's no longer all highlighted, everyone. Everything is great. Alright. And the question is, if we have a cream background, where's that at? Because in my experience, outside is normally not a cream color. Um, hmm. Hard to say. Let's see. Could be like a rock, but I mean, that's kind of boring and doesn't make a really good background for a wisp. We might have to switch up colors to do something a little better. Hold on, let me hop over here to collective.com and let's get the collection up here. And let's look at the wisps. Let's see what we've already done. So we've got the weeping wisp here. I was kind of thinking we could do like a night wisp, but I think this one kind of already fills that void. The Wisp of Hope, I'm not really sure what the background is. I think maybe it's kind of fire themed, but it's got 2 butterflies. And then the scholar is obviously studying in like a study of sorts. Um, let's see. Let's do like a frost wisp, and then we can do kind of a cool blue background. Um, and we'll see what we think of that when we come over that with a purple. So we're gonna do an icy background. And then I'm probably gonna focus a lot on how they shaded their background for like Wisp of Hope and Weeping Wisp. So lots of like jagged, scratchy ones there. Very similar here, just using different colors for areas of light and dark. This one's kind of enveloping the wisp. But we'll just play with it and see what we come up with. Those are pretty small strokes that are making up those jagged edges. So we're going to come in here and just do it a little bit of the rock way that as we see it. And, if we don't like it, hey, we can always start again. Alright, so I'm just going to do a couple of these in this color, come in from the sides. And I might try to, when I'm doing like the darker center on these, try to make them a little bit snowflake shaped, kind of give them that frosty vibe, since that's what we're going for. Trying to get it a frost wisp. if wisps are like D&D, I think that they're like undead spirits. So this could be somebody that got like froze to death or something. Unfortunate for them. I'm gonna come up to a bigger size and fill in the big area, and then come back in with that size 7 brush and do the squigglies. There we go. Alright, I think that's a good divide there. We'll do a little bit more so we don't just have this big open space over here. Be more along these lines. There we go. I'm going to darken it up just a hair and do some similar lines. Actually, I said I was going to try to do these in like some snowflake shaped patches. Let's see if we can pull that off. So if we do like a squiggly that way and that way and that way, and then fill those in a little bit. I don't hate that. Do a couple more and see what I think. But I think I can get along with that. I feel like that looks all right. They're all supposed to be unique. Remember, snowflakes, there are no two alike. Just like all you great members of the community. No two of you are alike. Everybody has their own individualism that makes you amazing. I love all you guys. Alright. So coming in here, doing our somewhat snowflake shape. Our snowflake inspired shape here. It's definitely not a snowflake. Just establishing ourselves a background. So again, I think the majority of Rock's ability is out of my realm of current ability. Maybe one day, you know, if I put my mind to it, we could get there. But for right now, I think that that's about me. So that one's kind of layered. This one establishes like what seems to be like a floor thing, but I think this divide in the middle of ours is kind of reminiscent of like the Weeping Wisp. I almost clicked exit there, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do a save on this bad boy. Because as always, guys, we should be saving frequently. Frequently. I'm probably going to take just a slightly different color and come in at about a 4 and just do some darker patches that are unrelated to our shapes here. And just scatter those throughout just to give it a little bit of just something different, a little bit of texture maybe. Alright. One more down here. Not scrolled up all the way. There we go. Okay, so I'm liking that. The body shape, it appears that the head doesn't actually connect. That it's just kind of floating there. And I said we were going to do ours purple. Let's go ahead and try to choose a purple. I feel like it needs to be a little light. That's kind of a going theme. They're all light colored. So light yellow, light blues. We're trying to do a purple one. Let's go ahead. Head shape here, we have like a little bop. And then, you know, the little dangly. And then the bop is present here as well. And I think it's on the wisp here. Yeah, see, so that head shape is definitely a definite. That's something that we're not going to change. You know, the head shape. Kind of like one of those right there. And as always, you know, if we hate it, we can just redo it. Right now, we're just kind of getting an idea of what we want it to look like. So we do something like that. I wish that little piece hadn't come uncolored. That upsets me just a little bit. And then the eyes are very low. So our frost wisp here, I'm going to give them some light eyes, but they're a tinge purple. They're big and they're round. You know what? I'm gonna cheat a little bit here. I don't like how uneven my eyes are. We're gonna imagify this eye. Bring that bad boy over here and then flip it. There we go. And so we're gonna come back and grab my color here. I'm gonna do a slightly darker color and come up and kind of do like the eyes are closing just a little bit. That kind of looks like his eyes bruised. I don't. I'm not a big fan of that. We're gonna just delete that. Pretend that never happened. Let's come back and grab our original color. Let's try just shaping the eye with the original color. Like, what about that right there? Yeah, I think that looks much better. You know what we didn't do, unfortunately, is we did not flatten our background. So moving anything to the background right now is impossible. So I'm going to just count my losses. We're going to go ahead and delete all of this and flatten our background, because if you've watched any of my videos before, you know that flattening the background is an essential step for me. I said an essential step. I don't even know what that means. An essential step. Ugh. I'm never gonna get the head shape right again now. Like, it's like I got it the first time, and then it's just never gonna happen again. All right, he's got his little bop in there. I feel like this one might be like a little too fat. He's kind of a heavy set wisp. All right, let's try putting some eyes on there. See what we think. Like, once again, we're gonna make them a little bit whiter, but they are still a little bit purple. And once again, we will imagify our eyeball so that we don't do it too off center there, or too different shape is the real problem that we don't want to do. Have eyes that are all wobbly and uneven. And then we're going to come in with some of these right here. There we go. Alright, so I'm liking that so far. I'm going to smooth out this chin over here a little bit. I guess it's a chin. Whatever wisps have in the chin area. So we've got our basic head shape. This one's got like the flamey top, but I think I like these two better, where they have kind of like the droopy swirl. And we might do like a little kind of an actual snowflake coming off the tip of this one. So we're going to do it just ever so different of a color. And that would be coming off the back there. And like I said, we're going to do like a snowflake coming off the tip, so try to leave space for something like that to happen. Color that in, and we'll move it to the back and see what we think about it. Then we'll come in and try to detail the snowflakes dripping off the end there. I can already tell I don't like this. I did this like too fat here, so it doesn't have that like wispy look. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and give that another go. Let's see. All right, so that would be the point there, and I just scribbled trying to emphasize that to you guys. All right, so it comes up, it swirls over. We're wanting a little gap there, okay? And now this part also swirling like to there. I think we can get along with that. Let's try moving that to the back and see what we think. Now we can move our background to the back. That's why that was so important. And I still hate it. Yeah, I'm just not liking that. Let's try a different way here. How does the weepy one? His like droops. His is fire. Maybe we should give it more of like an angular look since we're going with like a snowflake. So it'd be more like kind of like this. And then at this break off point over here is where we'll do our snowflake. Let's see. Let's see if we can make that work. So we're going to zoom in a little bit over here. Hope you guys can still see that. Yeah, you can. Perfect. I'm going to keep our same color. And I'm going to make my brush much smaller here. And the goal, I was going to say to just draw a snowflake, but I kind of want to do an inverted snowflake. I don't know that that's going to be easy as I think it is. It's definitely not. So we're going to do a real snowflake here. Go ahead and delete these pieces. Go back to draw. So, got the center of our snowflake. Alright, like that. And then it just doesn't match at all. I hate it. I hate it so much, guys. We've got to do something different. We might just have to nix. Oh god, I almost deleted the whole background. Let's not do that. We might have to nix this snowflake idea. Because I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it. Let's see. Do I like that? I mean, yeah, a lot better than I liked the other thing. But I feel like we're losing that frost aspect of it, and that makes me very sad. Maybe we'll do something in the latter stages of coloring it to make it look more more perfect. Let's see. We need to do some shading on him for sure. I think it may be darker the lower we go down here. So let's try darkening it up just a little bit. Come in with something about like an 8, I think will be good. I'm just going to shade in a lot of that because I'm about to come in over it again with another darker color. God, that makes him look like he's an evil mastermind. I don't like that either. How does RockAngel do it? Nobody knows because it's just impossible to replicate. Let's get our eyes back here. We've done so many bad things. Undo. All right. I actually don't hate the back now. I think the shading is what's going to prove to be one of our bigger issues here. And the shading is one of the things that makes it iconic. So we've definitely got to get that down. I'm going to go ahead and give him another a tail coming up. Oh, I forgot I was on the big giant marker. Give him his wispy tail that is more jagged. that to the back, followed by our background. Save that. Actually, let's go ahead and call this our Frosty Wisp. Okay. So on here, it's like it gets darker as you come up from the face. I think having the shading done before the eyes is important here. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and move our eyes over. They're separate, so we actually can do that, luckily. And then come over here, darken it up, and to kind of maintain this like jagged looking theme, we're gonna shade that way, coming down the face here. Actually, it's got to be the darkest first, so then the next one we come over will have the pattern. So actually, I'm gonna start much darker. Not much, but a good click over there like that, yeah. I'll go ahead and just color this in. There we go. And just color all this. I'm not really worried about the top because this is all going to be lighter by the time I get up there anyway. Alright, so we're going to lighten up just a little bit. Headed back to where we started. And to come in, like I said, and try to do a pattern that is similar to how we did our wispy tails and whatnot. And then we'll try to replicate that the higher up we go here. Doing these corners, my hand's so shaky that I am just not super great at it. Okay, so here we go. Now we've got our pattern coming up a little bit. I think we can get away doing about 3 or 4 of the shades coming up like that. And then we'll move our eyes back over and figure out which shade we need to use to do our little squints. And it'll be a good time. Alright. Now we're going to come a little bit lighter. Not too much. So we're going to follow a similar pattern all the way up. Do the intricate work first, then you just come in with a bigger pen and color all of it in. We're almost exactly the same color as the tail right now. It's still a little bit different, but pretty close. Alright, we're going to do lighter one more time. And this is the one that we'll go ahead and round off with. We don't have a lot of space to color in, so we can just go ahead and use the small marker for that one. Alright, there we go. Now let's move our eyes back over. Now, did one of our eyes just disappear? Oh yeah, they're both going to disappear because I forgot to move them to the front. You know what, we're just going to leave that one in the back, and we'll just make a copy of this one because I don't want to mess something up trying to get that other one. Alright, let's go ahead and flip it. There we go. And I'm actually going to imagify both eyes so that they have the same quality, because you lose a little bit of quality. So them being a little bit of blurry is not going to be super noticeable if they're both just a little bit blurry. So now we'll grab the color where that squint would be. Add our squint in there. Comes a little bit higher on this side. Alright, there that is. We'll go ahead and save since we've done quite a bit here. And the more I look at this, the more I want there to be a slightly lighter bit on top of his head. Like that right there. Cool. Alright, now I'm going to grab my image tool, pop this up front. I'm going to put it on the front for now. Then we're going to shade it. Similarly, let's see, how does the wisp normally get shaded? So it's part of the head there. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to do the tip a little bit of a lighter color first. Let's do that. Down to about right there. We're actually going to leave that space up top and do like that. Actually, you know what? Let's go darker so that it doesn't blend too much with the head behind it. So we're going to grab that color again and go darker instead. And we're going to cut our line a little more sharply down here. Like that. There we go. And now, because we did our move to the front first, we can move that to the back, then move that to the back. I suppose we can delete that little bit and then move the whole background to the back, and that will hold that shape, and we can see that there's a little hole right there that we can fill in. There we go. Now we're going to do the same thing on this tail down here to the front. Grab that color, darken it, and we'll do the darkening on the inner part this time because the body's blocking some of that light. We'll say it stops about right there. That'll help give it a little more contrast to that body that was similarly colored as the tail to begin with. There we go. See that little gap there that we can color in now. Neato. Now we're going to grab this lightest color here and come way too high the first time. Come over here. This will give us a good contrast with the tail behind it. And go with our current shading theme here. Kind of that lightning strike shatterness. And then we're going to lighten it up just a little bit more. Once again, I'm going to be way too high when I start. We're going to fix that. Alright, so again, you know, my shading is definitely not on the level that Rock's is, but I've tried to do a similar style to what they did. Alright, let's pause that and take a look at it. Okay. I think we need to do some snowflakes like I originally wanted to do, but this time we're going to do them on this background. We're going to go tiny. We're going to do a much darker purple so that they really stick out from what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, the main character there, our actual wisp. Wisp is what it's called. Man, those are hard to draw. Are there any snowflakes in the game icon library that we can cheat with? I mean, do legitimately with? Let's just look at the snowflakes that they've got here. SP, we need the ends, boys. We're gonna get there eventually. Oh wait, I'm past it. Snowflake. Hey, we do have some. Let's see what we can make happen here. First, we gotta get rid of that black background. It used to do that automatically. I don't know why it stopped. Alright, and it gives you this black outline, but we can fix that with tint. If you didn't know. Over here, and actually, let's go ahead, let's move this to the back. And then let's tint this based on our dude here. There we go. We want it tinted that color. There we go. Look at that. So we're going to blur it just enough that it looks like the background piece. And then we're going to imagify that once or twice. Maybe 3 or 4 times. Put some off in the corners. And then we'll grab the other snowflake. Do a couple of those as well. We'll resize 1 or 2 of these. And then we'll grab this one. And apply all the same filters. Blend that color. Remove all of that. Blur it up just a little bit. Make it tiny. And move those all around. Alright, there we go. So, go ahead and give myself credit. And we'll call this the RockAngel Snow Wisp. And we'll call that a day. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, if you've got a request for the next episode, go ahead and let me know. I'm probably going to do Toucan. I saw that they were back to making cards again, and Toucan's one of my all-time favorite artists. So I'd love to do an ode to them in my next piece. But as always, this one's free to use. You guys have a great one, and I'll see you again next time.